I broke records. My buddy TK Kimball invited me to go to a drive range in San Diego, and after 1 hour there, I didn't hit the ball one time. And I don't know if they were keeping records, but if they were, I would have the worst record ever on that drive range. Now, in Brazil, I never played golf before, because growing up in Brazil at that time, to play golf, you have to have a lot of money and you need to have a membership in a golf course, which was not my case. So I never pay attention to golf, never watch a game on TV. I know there's the PGA Tour. And I always wonder, how come someone actually spend time watching people play golf? Such a boring sport. Well, recently I watched a couple episodes of Full Swing on Netflix, the documentary, and it's amazing. And now I'm hooked. In the weekends, now I can't wait to watch the rest of the series. Now, a couple months ago, the same situation happens with tennis. Now in Brazil, obviously I play a couple games of tennis here and there. I never watch a tennis match ever. I know tennis is a big sport. A lot of people make a lot of money in tennis, but I never watch a match ever. Until I watched the documentary on Netflix, Breakpoint. It's amazing. And now my wife and I were hooked on the series. We watched the whole thing on our weekends. Phenomenal. Right? Now, for years, I've been telling my wife about F1. Man, you gotta watch F1. F1 is amazing, because in Brazil, when I was 18, I grew up in Brazil. One of our heroes was Ayrton Senna. Around 1988, 89 or so, he won a lot of races, became champion, and the Brazilian soccer team wasn't doing very well. So Ayrton Senna became super popular. Anybody who had a TV had something to do on Sunday afternoon, including my family. I remember watching the F1 races, and the whole family watching. We were fascinated by Ayrton Senna. So I've been telling about F1 to my wife for many years, and my wife goes, "What? You watch people race cars on TV? That's kind of like, that's not a good idea." Until we watched one episode of F1's Drive to Survive on Netflix episode. I believe that's the name. And it's amazing. Now they have like, I don't know, they have so many episodes, and we watch all of them, and my wife loves it, and I love it too. So how come, me personally, I went from never watching golf, never watching tennis, to now being hooked on two series, tennis and golf? How come my wife didn't care about F1 ever, and now she's hooked on the F1 series? How is that possible? How is that possible? The answer is simple. Storytelling. Masterful storytelling. You see, all these shows, they're not talking quote unquote about golf. They're not talking about tennis. They're not talking about F1. For the most part, they're talking about the stories behind the players who play golf, tennis, or drive F1 cars. The story behind it. And then as a viewer, as an audience, you get hooked on the stories, which is fascinating. So if you have a product, if you have a service, if you have an idea and you want to amplify the product, the idea, the service, if you want to make more money, you want to help more people, one of the things that you can do is to find the stories behind your product, your service, your idea. We all know the saying that facts tell, stories sell. That's the point here, is that you can get any product, any service, any idea, and you can quote unquote storyfy by applying stories or a major story behind your offer. Hopefully I can show you one of our influencing from the front programs. We spend 3 days talking about business storytelling and how you can use effectively to communicate your message. Don't speak to inform,